Welcome back to our mid-episode break, namely 90s Minute. Every week we look back at a culturally relevant show, movie, or piece of pop culture that probably helps stoke the algorithm. This week, in honor of Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan's final season starting on Amazon Prime, we're looking back at the first Jack Ryan adaptation, The Hunt for Red October. The Hunt for Red October is a 1990 submarine spy thriller starring James Bond #1, Jack from 30 Rock, Stick from the Netflix Daredevil series, Darth Vader, Dr. Alan Grant from Jurassic Park, the concierge from Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, the principal from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Dr. Eric Selvig from the Thor movies, the air traffic flight director from Die Hard 2, the Reverend from A Preacher's Wife, and Dr. Beverly Crusher from Star Trek The Next Generation. The story begins as the Spaniard from Highlander is given a Typhoon-class Soviet submarine with a Caterpillar drive, which makes the submarine undetectable to passive sonar. While heading out to run drills, he kills their political officer and diverts the submarine to the east coast of the United States, losing its American shadow, the USS Dallas, with the Caterpillar drive. CIA analyst and former Marine, the narrator from the Royal Tannenbaums, briefs US government officials on the Red October threat and learns the bulk of the Soviet Navy has been deployed to find and sink it, thinking the rogue sub is planning on launching a nuclear strike on the US. But instead they figure out that Indiana Jones's dad is attempting to defect to the US. Boss Baby is given 3 days to figure out if it is true and is sent to the Dallas to try and make contact with Red October. Meanwhile, the Soviet ambassador reaches out to the US and tells them that the submarine's commander has gone rogue and requests their help in sinking it. So the US subs, including the Dallas, get an order to do so. But SNL Trump convinces their captain to make contact with the Red October, which became detectable due to a saboteur on board. Red October stages a fake meltdown so it surfaces and all hands that aren't defecting abandon ship. Then the commander of the Dallas, their sonar operator, and the departed get on board when the Red October dives again. It then gets ambushed by the Soviet submarine Konovalov. Meanwhile, it's revealed the cook on the Red October is an undercover Soviet operative and shoots up the bridge and tries to ignite a missile himself in the missile bay, but gets stopped by the Rise of the Guardians and the Rock. The Red October outmaneuvers the Konovalov with the help of the Dallas and her commander, and sink it, with the Soviets on the surface believing that their captain took one for the team and went down with the Red October after seeing an explosion. With their subterfuge complete, pun intended, they navigate to Maine, where the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen admits he thinks the Red October was intended for a preemptive nuclear strike against the US and didn't want to support that. Finally, It's Complicated boards a plane for London with a teddy bear for his daughter. And that's The Hunt for Red October in the Namely 90s Minute. More or less. Join us again next Tuesday for another Namely 90s Minute. Remember, you can always hear these a day early on full episodes of Namely 90s on all major podcasting platforms. And most of the small ones, too. Please subscribe and do all the other YouTube things. Bell ringing, share like, subscribes, that sort of stuff. And we'll catch you next time.